Hello again, everyone. Alan back once again with another in my series of deck reviews. And what I have today is another deck from Ellusionist. This is the first edition Artifice deck. And this deck is a pretty nice deck with a couple of exceptions that I'll explain later. First of all, the box itself has some nice blue, intricate-looking ribbonry type work running up and down with the Artifice label running right through the top with the scroll work around that as well. And you got your scroll work at the top and the bottom. The one side of the box states the United States Playing Card Company, once again with the nice scrolled looking border around it. The bottom of the box has the Ellusionist label on the one side with their trademark stuff and their copyright information there, and once again more bordered scroll work. And on the other side it says Artifice Playing Cards Performance Coating, which is a new coating that I guess the Ellusionist is using now. They've got the Magic Finish and of course the UV 500, and then now this performance coating. And the top of the box says Ars, A-R-S, Est, Solare Artem. Don't know what that word means or what that phrase means, and once again it does have the scrolled kind of border around it. I'm assuming it's probably some kind of a Latin word, or who knows, Hebrew or French or something other than English. The back of the box depicts the back of the cards, which is has a nice kind of a star type of emblem in the center there, and this is kind of in a silver metallic looking, so it's really kind of, it's pleasing to the eye. It has like the front, it has the lines running up and down, the four lines, and then the bluish ribbonry type artwork on it. And at the top of the box, where you grab the flap, it actually says Artifice, which is kind of cool. I had never seen that before, and of course it says by Ellusionist, Ellusionist.com on the flap itself, which is the first time I've seen something like that. So as you have the box closed, you can actually read Artifice on the top, which is kind of cool. So that's kind of different. Now the cards themselves are really, it's really a nice deck. I mean, if you like backs, these have really nice backs. I like looking at these. The fronts, this is the first time that I can recall seeing a black on white front, black back deck. So this is kind of interesting. It does come with a double backer card, which most decks do nowadays, an Ellusionist advertising card also, and two jokers. The jokers look like a guy from maybe the Depression era. Has a kind of a derby kind of hat on with long sleeve shirt, with the cuffs and the buttons and stuff, and then a little bit of scroll work around the outside of him, kind of shadowing him. And he does, in one of the jokers, he's holding an Artifice card face down, and in the other joker, he's holding the what would look to be the Ace of Hearts reveal in the other joker. So that's kind of, those are pretty nice jokers. Not the nicest I've seen, but still nice nonetheless. Very nice artwork. It looks like it was hand drawn. So that's kind of cool. The Ace of Spades is pretty nice ace. It's got a little some sort of an emblem here on the bottom that makes up the base of the spade pip, and then there's a couple of ribbons that gather in the center and then come up to make the spade pip, which is very nice. It says Artifice on the bottom, just as the jokers do, but they have different indexes and court cards than any other decks I've seen. This, I don't care for the pips and indexes as much on this deck as I do the standard pips and indexes on other decks. They just kind of have a funny look to them. Some people might like them. I don't really care for them personally. It is a it's a nice fanning deck. It fans really nice right out of the box. I'm sure it probably spreads just as nice, and it does right out of the box. Spreads very nice. So it feels like it's going to be a good handling deck. So that performance coating, my first impression of that is definitely a good one. So that it will definitely be a good flourishing deck if you're into that, or just handling the deck on a normal everyday basis. It feels pretty nice. It's a little heavier than maybe your normal standard bike deck, but not as heavy as some. Beautiful deck, beautiful artwork. The court cards on this deck are they look like they should have a border, but they didn't put a border in it. They just kind of stop at the edge. You can see where there probably should be a border. Not a whole lot of color to them. Once again, the indexes and pips are different. The court cards, they really don't jump out as anything spectacular. I guess you could, a good word to describe it would be a real clean deck. It has a very clean look about it. The court cards aren't nearly as busy looking. Maybe that's the reason it has that clean look, as the court cards are kind of very, very basic. There's not a whole lot of intricate detail to them, unlike the backs of the cards, or the jokers for that matter. But it definitely a nice deck. I would definitely recommend one. They're not heavily priced. They're in the $6 to $8 range, I guess. You get them from Ace King, which is where I get all my cards from. So you can get a hold of him on eBay. His name is John, and he has these, as well as the second edition Artifice deck, which I will have coming shortly. So once again, this is the Artifice deck by Ellusionist.com. I want to thank you folks very much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And have a wonderful day.